Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Sadaqallahul azim. Honorable Chief Minister Balochistan, Mir Sarfraz Ahmad Bukti Sahab, Honorable Speaker Balochistan Assembly, Captain Retired Abdul Khalik Zahid Sahab, distinguished members of the Provincial Cabinet, academia, our development partners, ambassadors, respected secretaries, ladies and gentlemen, and representatives from the media, Assalamu alaikum. First of all, I want to thank you all for showing up. As Ma'am Batul has just mentioned, this is very important for us, people living in Balochistan and us policymakers. When we talk about climate change, and climate change with special reference to Balochistan. Balochistan today stands at the front line of Pakistan's climate crisis. It is also at the front line of green climate energy in Balochistan. Pakistan's largest province in terms of area, making up around 43.6% in terms of land mass, and housing over 150 million people there in Balochistan, is characterized by a severe climate situation, which is further run by severe water crisis, energy deficiency, land degradation, and plethora of other problems related to climate vulnerabilities. Back in 2022, we declared emergency in 32 districts of the then 34 districts of Balochistan. Not only lives of tens and thousands of people were affected, homes were destroyed, but a cumulative effect in terms of monetary value, we suffered loss which was more than 359 billion PKR. And the recurring losses to cover up that damage today account for over 2.2 billion USD. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not just one climatic shock. If we see the pattern, there is a systematic pattern in this. It's not one isolated event. And this systematic pattern demands systematic solution, and not just one-off or short-term relief. However, let me also state that in this humongous challenge, there is also immense natural capital and investment potential in Balochistan. Around 93% of rangeland falls in Balochistan. We produce at a massive scale, we produce livelihoods related to livestock, agriculture, fruit, grain. We have over 110,000 hectares of juniper forests in Balochistan, one of the oldest in the world. When we talk about renewable energy resources, the potential is humongous. Over 20,000 megawatt just wind potential. The solar irradiations in Balochistan are one of the highest in South Asia. Large-scale, low BTU gas reserves to address our decentralized energy needs. You might want to ask, what's government of Balochistan doing to address the challenge I referred to earlier and to capitalize on the potential I just talked about? So the government of Balochistan, under the very able leadership of the Chief Minister of Balochistan, has started acting decisively. When I say decisively, how? We are doing it through strategic realignment and institutional reforms at a massive scale. We have come up with the first ever climate change policy of Balochistan in 2024. We set up thematic groups to address climate issues. These initiatives are channeling, are supervising our adaptation and mitigation plans in Balochistan. The provincial EPA has been modernized to monitor things with an environmental lens to them. If we talk about water governance, we have come up with the first ever Balochistan integrated water resource policy that is supervising drought-related efforts in Balochistan. Talk about energy. With the very able stewardship of Secretary Energy, we have come up with a clean transition energy program. The flagship programs include microgrids for off-grid villages in Balochistan. We have a green hydrogen plant on pilot basis at Gwadar, solar energy park at Chaghi. All these initiatives in the energy sector are destined to bring emissions down, raise the livelihoods of people by providing over 1,000 jobs, and also cut back on post-harvest losses by 30 to 40%. In terms of P3A framework, public-private partnership framework, if you want to ask, we have a very vibrant and thriving P3 framework. Over 23 projects are in the pipeline and 5 are up and running. Massive mangrove, carbon offset mangrove project, where we are going to put up the forest over 34,000 hectares of land in district Gwadar and Lasbela. We have an LPG plant, bottling plant being put up at Ziyarat to reduce deforestation and cutting of juniper forest. And there are many other, like solid waste management in Quetta, electric vehicle, public transport in Quetta, sewage waste treatment plant in Quetta. So we have a thriving public-private partnership framework that is converting climate crisis to market-ready investment opportunities for our friendly investors who are willing to come and invest in Balochistan. Talk about finance. For the very first time, and we are the only province, very proudly, I want to state that we have come up with a climate change fund. It's topped up with a massive allocation of 249 billion of our ADP. This fund is there to help steer environment-related projects in Balochistan. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to take much of your time. I just want to state that Balochistan is not solely defined these days by vulnerability, but increasingly by climate leadership, clean energy transition. This very conference that we are holding today is a testimony to the fact that we are transitioning from crisis to opportunity. We are transitioning from exposure to resilience. We are transitioning from climate risk to climate resilience. Dear colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, I urge you all, please join hands with us by making Balochistan one of the most climate resilient, energy efficient, and economically vibrant province of this beautiful land. I, as ACS Development, look forward to your active engagement, not only for the day, but a very long partnership for the years to come. I wish you all a very productive day. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.